Beneath the cliffs of Drownhaven, where the sea smashed itself into white spray, there stood a lighthouse older than memory. Its stones were blackened by centuries of storms, its lantern long extinguished. Fishermen swore it hadn't shone in over 100 years, and yet, on certain nights, a pale green glow flickered from its tower. Lyra, a mapmaker's apprentice, had heard the story since childhood of sailors guided by a ghostly light only to vanish before reaching shore. When her master sent her to chart the jagged coast, she decided to see for herself. Armed with lantern, compass, and more curiosity than sense, she climbed the winding path toward the ruin. Inside, the lighthouse smelled of brine and rust. The spiral stair groaned beneath her boots as she ascended, her lantern flame quivering. At the top, she expected emptiness, but the great glass lens turned slowly, though no fire burned behind it. The glow she glimpsed from the village pulsed faintly, as if the stone itself remembered light. Lyra reached out, her fingers brushing the lens, and the tower shuddered. The air thickened with thought mist, and voices rose whispers in the roar of unseen waves. She turned, and the room was no longer empty. Sailors stood in ragged coats, their eyes hollow, their faces dripping with seawater. One lifted a hand, pointing seaward. Through the window she saw ships not of wood and sail, but of shadow, their masts crooked like skeletal fingers. They drifted silently across the water, bound toward unseen shores. The sailors moved past her, filing down the stair in silence, lanternless, lifeless. Each vanished as they touched the door below, as though stepping back into the tide. The glow dimmed, leaving her alone in the dark tower. Only her trembling lantern remained. Heart pounding, she fled down the cliff path. From below, the lighthouse looked as it always had, black, silent, ruined. Yet on the horizon, where the sea met the stars, a faint green shimmer marked the passage of ships that should not sail. Lyra never told her master what she'd seen, but from that night on, whenever she inked a map, she left a tiny mark at Drownhaven's cliffs, a warning in the margin. Beware the light that guides the lost.